Welcome to EPL Insights for Game Week 35 of the Premier League season. We're just about there. Gareth Wheeler, Jake Osgathorpe with you. Another wild week where Arsenal still find themselves atop the table. You can find them on a futures play to win the Premier League at plus 225, a 1-point lead over Manchester City at this point, but City do have a game in hand. So now that 3-horse race looks like it's gone down to a 2-horse race, Jake, very quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. A couple of bitter defeats, weren't there, for Liverpool, either side of that Fulham win. They're only 3 points off Arsenal, but it's the goal difference. I mean, they're 15 goals behind in terms of goal difference after Arsenal absolutely slapped Chelsea in midweek. And obviously, Man City got a couple of big wins. They've started scoring goals, which is worrying for everyone else. They've scored 4 or more in all of the last 4 matches now, won all of those. So they're actually catching up in the goal difference front. But yeah, like you said, the game in hand plus an easier schedule means that City are rightly short price favourites.
No kidding. There are some difficult games ahead, especially for Arsenal and Liverpool, as well as Spurs, who are going to play a big role in this title run. And let's start right there, because it's the North London derby this weekend.
What a way.
Spurs being the side that trips up Arsenal. Perhaps the game's being played on Sunday. Do you have a play for this game? All the pressure, all eyes are on Arsenal. But you have to remember, Spurs are still trying to chase down a top 4 position.
Yeah, I don't have a play for this, but what I would say is that Spurs, they need to win every single game from now to the end of the season to get in the top 4, because they're 6 points behind. Yeah, they've got 2 games in hand, but they have a really difficult fixture list. They play Arsenal, they play City, they play Chelsea, they play Liverpool in the last 6. So it's going to be tough for them. I personally won't be touching Arsenal at this kind of price, minus 123 in a big derby match. And it's very funny. We saw Everton do something to Liverpool, bitter rivals. They've got a real opportunity to kind of knock them for 6 and really damage the title credentials in midweek. Tottenham could do exactly the same. It would not surprise me one bit. If I was to have a play, I would be leaning Spurs on the handicap, but I can't. It's weird. I can't back against Arsenal right now, the way in which they're playing, but I can't back Arsenal at this price because I think they're too short. So I'm going to go no bet here.
I like how you kind of compared it to Everton-Liverpool midweek, because that's exactly what I'm thinking here. It's a home match for Spurs. I know they lost to Arsenal in this fixture 2-0 last season, but before that, Arsenal hadn't won at Spurs since 2014. The big thing here for me, Jake, is Spurs are coming in fresh. They have had 2 weeks off. Arsenal have played 4 games during that same stretch of time. And Spurs, they've won 4 of their last 5 games at home. They're a decent home side. They can score goals, 34 goals and 16 at home. The XG is even a little bit higher than that. The thing about Arsenal is they don't concede. They haven't conceded in their last 6 away matches. So I understand anyone that wants to back Arsenal here. Their XG away from home is ridiculous, 13.34 and 17. They've only conceded 11 goals this season, and no one else in the Premier League has conceded fewer than 18. So they're heads and heels above everyone else. But the 2 weeks rest, the handicap in play, which is plus 0.75. So if Arsenal win by a goal, then you only lose half your bet. For me, that's a bet worth taking. I got it earlier in the week at Spurs on the handicap at minus 110. It shifted out to minus 115 on Pinnacle. I'm still comfortable making a play there for a full unit. Let's get to the side who Spurs are trying to chase down for a top 4 position. Is Aston Villa this weekend facing Chelsea, who have completely imploded, more injury issues. Enzo's out this weekend, which may be a good thing the way that he's been playing. Good news for Chelsea is that Cole Palmer's coming back in. It's very hard to back Chelsea right now, isn't it? A pro-Villa play seems the logical one. Is that the way that you're leaning?
Definitely, yeah. The price has moved a little bit. It was plus 123 yesterday. It's now plus 114, but I still think there's juice in that price. The fact that the English teams absolutely capitulated in Europe means that we only get 4 teams in the Champions League, and it means that there's even more motivation for Villa to kind of take advantage of their home matches going down the stretch, just to keep Spurs at bay. We mentioned Spurs got a tough schedule, so Villa probably only need 2 wins just to secure it. They're very good at home, 12 wins in 17. They average 2.15 expected goals for per home game this season. And yeah, you mentioned Enzo's out. They're also missing Malo Gusto, who missed in midweek as well. And I think he got injured in the FA Cup game last week. He's been really good for them down the right-hand side. as a creative force more than anything. He's a huge miss, and it means that either Gilchrist's going to play at right back, which is a big drop down, or Axel Disasi's going to play there like he did in the FA Cup, and he looked all over the place in that game when he came on. So I think it's a good opportunity for Villa, who also welcome back Douglas Luiz after suspension, to shore things up. And then the interesting thing I found was that Chelsea have won just one of 9 away games against sides in the top 12 this season. They conceded 22 times in that run. And can you guess or remember who that win came against?
I cannot.
I'll give you a clue. They had 9 men.
I still don't remember who it was.
It was that crazy Chelsea-Tottenham game. They went to Spurs and won 4-1 against Spurs with 9 men. So, even that one win against a good team is caveated. So I'm all over Villa at this price.
And everything happened at the end of that match as well.
Yes, it did.
I'll follow you. I'll follow your lead here. Villa to win outright at plus 114. I originally had Villa on the individual team goal total of 1.5 goals for Villa to score. I love the over. Even when I originally earmarked it at minus 131, it shifted out now to minus 146. It's a little bit too far out for me. Villa have played to the over 2.5 in 5 of 6. Chelsea played to the over in over 2.5 in 9 of 10. Villa score goals at home. They have 43 home goals in 17 games. Like it's pretty wild. And Chelsea, they just concede 5 against Arsenal, 2 against Sheffield United, 3 against Manchester United, 2 against Burnley, 2 against Newcastle, 2 against Brentford. Like they're conceding more than 2 goals every time around. So I wouldn't talk anyone off playing a total here. The total set at 3.25. It's just I'd rather play Villa outright here, but that match total, just in terms of the goals, is an intriguing one as well this weekend. Speaking of Manchester United, a team that loves to concede goals, I mean, that's Manchester United. The fact is they like to score goals as well. Recent United games, 6-6, 4-4, 7. It's wild. They played Burnley this weekend, having beat Sheffield United midweek. Do you have a play in this game, Jake?
Yeah, I think we're going to have very similar plays. I'm taking Burnley on the handicap. +1 is the head start we're getting. It's at +105. Burnley have really improved. They've actually pulled within 3 points of safety, so they've got a real chance of actually doing what none of us thought they could do and stay up. They've lost just 1 of their last 7 in the Premier League, which came at Everton, and they had a man sent off in that game. They've really kind of, I won't say turn the corner because they're not winning enough football matches, but they are keeping games very close, very tight. And even away from home, they're going to West Ham, got a draw, been to Chelsea and got a draw. Obviously hammered Sheffield United last time out. And I think only Sheffield United conceded more shots than Manchester United this season. So you never know. Burnley might end up going to Old Trafford and getting a win. But I don't need them to get a win. I just need them to go and avoid defeat because this Manchester United team remain all over the place.
That's not a side I'm willing to take here. And it's not because I'm a United supporter. One thing you know is that they score goals and they concede goals and they give up a ton of chances. So both teams to score, absolutely. And the way I'm getting the most juice is playing both teams to score and Manchester United to win at +158. That's my play in this game. It's actually come down a little bit from +166. Look, United haven't had a clean sheet in 7. They played over 2.5 in their last 5. Both teams to score have played in their last 7 for obvious reasons. But Burnley can't keep a clean sheet. They haven't had a clean sheet in 17 despite a goalkeeping change. And both teams to score has played in 6 of 7. So I'll go with the home side here. That's where, for me, I'm going to get the most value in making this play. So both teams to score and United to win. What other plays do you have this weekend, Jake?
So I've got a couple. I'm taking over 3, which is where the line's set for Wolves versus Luton. It's at +106. Luton, this is a pretty big game for them in the sense of it's very winnable. I fully expect them to throw the kitchen sink at Wolves. Their away games have averaged 3.8 goals per game. Away from home, they're conceding over 3 expected goals against per game. And Wolves welcome back Hwang Hee-chan as well as Mateus Cunha. So they've got a bit more attacking firepower than they've had in recent weeks. And I'm also going to take Palace on the handicap at Fulham. It's a quarter of a goal is what we're getting at +103. Palace have started to look really good. I mean, it's no surprise, is it? No coincidence that they've actually started looking like a top-half team. Now they've got Michael Olise and Eberechi Eze back fully fit. Mateta's turned into prime Drogba, which always helps. And I think he scored 8 in his last 9. So if looking at player prop, maybe Mateta to score, but I'm just happy to take Palace to go there and at least avoid defeat.
Brilliant. I do have a play. Liverpool strikes back. I think this is a frustration play. They're at West Ham this weekend. West Ham have the future of David Moyes lingering over their head. Just everything doesn't seem rosy there. West Ham have it 1-4, no clean sheet in 8. I like Liverpool over the 2.5 goal total, so they have to score 3 or more. It was once. I got it on Pinnacle at plus 140. It's come down to plus 117. It's barely in that playable range. But look, Liverpool beat West Ham 5 times in a row. West Ham haven't had a clean sheet against Liverpool in 17. And they've already beat them 5-1 and 3-1 this year. The 5-1 was in the EFL Cup. Why not make it 3 absolute demolition jobs for Liverpool against West Ham this season? Look, we're ending the season on an absolute high. Jake's been on fire for months. Last week on our plays, I went 4-0, and midweek, 5-0. I've got my last 9 Premier League plays right. So we'll see. 4 more plays for me this weekend. Let's keep this rolling, Jake. A couple more weeks left to kind of pad the profit for what's been a very good season in the Premier League.
Indeed. Yeah, let's fingers crossed. We've got a couple of nice plays there. Hopefully it goes the same way as it has. I mean, yeah, we've had a pretty decent run at the moment, so let's keep going.
He is Jake Osgathorpe. I am Gareth Wheeler, and this has been EPL Insights on Pinnacle for Game Week 35.